What's going on, guys? Zeph here. Today I want to talk about a particular anime that I've actually been watching here. I think I'm going to start doing some anime reviews. So my first review is actually going to be on an anime called HighSchool DD. Now, this also covers HighSchool DD and HighSchool DD New. Now, the funny thing is I used to call it HighSchool DxD until I actually watched the anime, and I was like, no, it's DD, and I definitely understand why it's DD. It's actually a play on letters. DD, of course, referring to breast size, as most of the animes here have, these gigantic breasts. At the same time, it's also, play on other things like demons, devils, things of that nature. So, overall, it's actually a really good anime. It's kind of like it's a great storyline. You'll never hear this before. You'll never hear this said anywhere else. But it's kind of like it's a great storyline mixed with porn. Like, I know, right? Storyline porn? Are you kidding me, Zach? But nonetheless, that's pretty much exactly what it is. It's like the storyline is great, actually surprisingly really good. It doesn't take too many risks though. Pretty much it's like, for example, the young guy here, as you see on the screen here, it's a basically young guy thrown and tossed into this whole world that he had no idea it existed, and all of a sudden, now that he's tossed into this world, despite the fact that he's brand new, he seems to be able to go ahead and fit in just fine, despite the fact that it seems that he doesn't fit in just fine, and for some reason can go ahead and exceed other people who've been doing it for a hell of a lot longer than he can. I mean, it makes absolutely no sense and could not happen in the real world, devils and that stuff aside, but the thing is that it's like, it follows the same exact things that a lot of anime have been doing for a very long time. It just continues those trends, and of course in this particular case he's a pervert. So basically his pervertedness seems to want to go ahead and, well, first of all, his pervertedness kind of fits in with the whole thing now. Pretty much, most of the characters that you see, you will see breasts, bras, and everything else, PTA if you will, a lot in this particular anime. So overall though, once you get past the fact that it's nothing more than an excuse for softcore porn, it's actually really good. The story pretty much talks about Reyes Grimmery, who is the redhead, as you see in many here, many different places here, who is actually the leader of kind of like an occult group, and basically her job is to basically she's actually a leader of a house, if you will. Now, the houses are kind of like a family of devils and things of that nature there. So, with her and her other devils at her side, which is Ariko, which is the blue hair girl. You got Konako, which is the short girl in the center right there. You also have Kiba, who is the knight, who is pretty much the only guy besides him. Well, there's another guy. We'll talk about him in a minute here. And we also have other characters too, like Aja, who is actually she's actually the bishop, who is also a healer. I'll talk about bishops in a minute too, as well as Gasper Vald, who is either Vald or Valid or Valad. I never pronounce it right. Either way, it's about vampires, and he's a vampire, and that name, Valid or Val, whatever his name, is usually associated with multiple vampires. That's Kiba, by the way. But really made me watch this is actually this particular scene right here, where Kiba walked into the scene, and pretty much Issei goes to himself, he goes, "Hey, it's Mr. Golden Balls, yay!" And I just started dying at that part, as well as another one where the girls, where Kiba approaches him right here actually, and the girls are sitting there, "Oh, don't go with him, Kiba, you'll catch sexes or whatever," and then he turns around and says, "Girls, calm down. I won't drain his pimp juice." And it's just the writing was hilarious. So, long story short, though, I really can't give the actual anime justice. First, this is my first review on anime. I'm not really comfortable yet with learning how to go ahead and give it, its credit where credit's due. I think another reason why is because of the fact that it really, like I said before, it doesn't give a lot of it doesn't take a lot of liberties with the stories. It's kind of typical anime stuff, going on there. I mean, luckily for me, there's no things like a Krillin effect, which if you don't know about a Krillin effect, don't forget to subscribe and take a look at my anime videos. I'll go ahead and talk about the Krillin effect, which is something that really pisses me off with everything. Yeah. Anyway, you also get to meet a host of different characters. Such as, Azeroth, who was like the leader of the fallen angels, which, by the way, another thing I want to talk about too, there's actually three factions. There's the angels, the fallen angels, and the devils. And I guess that does take a little bit of a turn there, because that's kind of interesting right there. You got the fallen angels, these angels who like go after devils because they want to be angels. Um, you got devils who defend themselves against fallen angels. At the same time, they also defend themselves against angels, and you got angels who don't give a fuck about either one of them. You know, so it's a really weird situation going on there. But nonetheless, I gotta say, that part I do like. It's like you got a whole triad of situations going on here, as well as the character I do like. Blue hair girl. If you look right there in the center, not the center of the actual video, but where the center of the background image right there to the right, you'll see the blue hair girl in black. That's actually Zenobia, and that's another thing about the video too. The show as well is because the show does the whole every girl except for maybe like one or two of them are attracted to me for no fucking reason. I mean, think about it. The guy in the middle there, for some reason, he has all these females going after him, and for some reason, he don't know what to do with that. I don't understand. What the hell you getting excited for? They're pretty much throwing themselves at you. You know what you do? You throw something at them. It just makes sense. I mean, it really is just a weird situation there. Overall, also the characters' origin stories are actually something I really do like. I find it really funny how one actually two of them were actually originally angels. Asa and Zenobia were originally angels, and then you got one that's like I think she's a half angel. She was originally a half angel, and then you got Reyes Grimmery, the redhead, who is actually the sister of the devil. So it's like, whoa, this is kind of interesting. I'm going to stop there, but nonetheless, I think this is a really good anime. Like I stated before, if you can get past the fact that it's nothing but an excuse for soft porn. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of you are like, well, Zeph, what's the problem with soft porn? It's soft porn, tits and ass for everyone. That's not really the problem. But at the same time, for those who are really interested in storylines, I mean, well, if tits and ass is a good seller for you, there you go. You really have you have no reason not to buy this. If you're into tits and if you're into the rare occasion that you can find porn with a great storyline, you have no problem here. If you are someone who who's really into like a very interesting story, things of that nature, this is also for you too. I find the story very interesting, despite the fact that it doesn't actually go ahead and take any kind of risks with the anime formula whatsoever. But nonetheless, it's definitely a good watch. Go ahead and purchase it whenever you're ready. You can go ahead and check the link in the description below. It actually has a link to Amazon where you can go ahead and purchase HighSchool DxD. You guys have a good night. Zeph out.